What's up, Enduro guys? This is your program for the 11th of August. We're going to get straight into rear foot elevated split squats, supersetted with some pulling work. This is going to be the theme for the next 3 weeks, so pay attention to the weights that you're going to do. We're going to do 8 to 10 reps. So with a kettlebell in a front rack position, you can use 1, you can use 2, whatever you like, but make sure that you're going to do the same weight throughout all weeks. Laces of your back foot on the bench, kettlebell nice and high. You're going to get a stretch in that rear leg, nice range, standing to the top with purpose. 8 to 10 each side. Superset, so that means we're going to do something that's completely opposite to that. It's not going to impact the recovery on your legs while you're doing these. So you're going to do 8 to 10 each side, come straight over into, hopefully you have a timer somewhere, and you're going to accumulate 30 seconds in a 90-degree ring hold. So like an upside down plank through your midline, nice and tight, holding, so pinching your shoulder blades together at the back. You can break that up. So it's a total of 30 seconds. So that could be 10 sets of 3 seconds. If you find that it's unsustainable to hold for a full 30 seconds, you can put a band underneath and help yourself up a little bit. You can also do this movement underneath a bar that's on a rack. It's going to be similar. I'd rather use rings, but if you only have a bar, then that's cool. And that's part A done. Part B, we're edging into the intensity zone. It's going to be thrusters over bar burpees. One of my favorite workouts for hitting that red line and full body movements. So thrusters with a barbell, preferably if you've got a good rack position. So you're going to squat below parallel, drive overhead. You're going to do 21 of these. Drop the bar, chest and thighs to the ground, double-footed jump over the bar. 21, then 15 thrusters, 15 over bar burpees, 9 thrusters, 9 burpees, and then you're done. You can lie down for a good 10 or 15 minutes. And then, if you've got anything left, we're going to go back to the kettlebell, and you're going to do 5 minutes worth of upended kettlebell walking. So as we did as a practice last week, do 1 full length on your weak side, and then swap to your strong side, so you're not creating more imbalance by doing more on the side that you're more capable with. And that's day 1 done. Day 2 is going to be a super capacity day, lots of muscular endurance in there. It's going to be very testing. It starts with a 2,000 meter row. You should have that from your test. I don't expect that you're going to beat your 2,000 meter row on your first effort or even your last. It's going to be difficult to sustain the rest of the workout. So I'd suggest you go about 5 seconds per 500 slower than your 2,000 meter row test, because you're going to get straight back off that rowing machine into 45 wall balls. So big squat, hitting the target. You can break as much as you like, but the purpose of this workout is to go all the way through in as quickly as you can. So you've done your 2,000 meter row, 45 wall balls, 10 toes to bar. So we've done these before, lots. Toes to bar, or if you struggle, leg raises. If you struggle still, knee raises. Once you've done those 10 kettlebell swings, you're going to do 45 of these. All the way to the top if you can, and your shoulders support that. Once you've done 45, 10 burpee box jumps. Chest and thighs to the ground. Hop up, double-footed jump onto the box, back down. Once you've gone through that, you do it 2 more times. So 45 wall balls, 10 toes to bar, 45 kettlebell swings, 10 burpee box jumps, and then around again onto the rowing machine for a final 2,000 meter row. I've given you a 35-minute time cap for this, so if you don't get done in that time, let's say at the 30-minute mark, if you haven't done all of the movements, get back onto the rowing machine and row as far as you can in the final 5 minutes. And that's it for the day. Just one massive workout. It's going to be awesome. Day 3 is going to start with back squats. So you did some partial squats. So these were less than the bottom because we were doing a hingey type squat last week in the deload. If you didn't do it, don't worry. All we're going to do is put the bar on your back and find a weight that you can do 6 sets of 2 reps, counting 10 to 15 seconds per rep. So the time under tension is 20 to 30 seconds. It's quite a long time. You're going to have squat width with your feet, but your toes pointing forwards. From there, brace your middle, and you're going to push your hips back and then bring your knees directly forwards, and you're going to hinge in this squat position and then come back up nice and slow. That whole movement should take you good 10 to 15 seconds. You're going to do it 2 times before then racking the bar back on and resting 2 minutes between sets. You're probably going to be able to do around about 40 to 50% of your 3 rep max back squats. So check back on your tests and see what kind of weight that is. But work up in small increments. We're going to do this over 3 weeks. So make sure that you get that right. You're not going to compromise yourself with too much weight. The purpose of this is to be braced, have a good spinal curve that's nice and safe and effective, putting load through your glutes, hamstrings, and quads. So it's a big, big movement. Don't overload it. Then once you've done that, we're going to move straight into glute bridges. These are something that you might have practiced when we showed you them last week in the deload week. Now it's time to test with 4 sets of 8 reps. So shoulder blades onto a bench. You're going to hinge so into your hip crease here. It's like a hinge. So single joint movement through the hip, clenching your butt at the top. Glute bridges. Great for posterior chain development, unloading the spine with that. So we're putting this in for a little break of the super deadlifts. I'm going to develop around the back so you get super strong legs for those riding positions. And then moving on. Part C of day 3 is going to be 10 reps, 9 reps, 8, 7, 6, all the way down to 1. You're going to do that with a bench press, deadlift, and strict pull-up if you can. So you can use a band on the pull-ups or a lat pull-down machine. Use a weight that's testing on the bench press, but you're not going to get into any funky positions while you're pressing, and then stay safe on the deadlift. Probably going to be doing about 50 to 60% of your 3 rep max, because obviously the reps are getting lighter, but we don't want you to compromise your spinal position. So when I say 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that doesn't necessarily mean that your first set has to be 10 reps. If you find that you're getting out of position, break that 10 into a 6 and a 4, stay safe, get effective movement through the muscles that we're looking to be using instead of getting into funky positions and grinding it out simply because you want to get all 10 done. But at the same time, choosing a weight where you can push into those 10-9 full sets will increase your capacity, because then you don't have to break to get back to the same movement. So if you're going around the different movements, so bench into deadlift into pull-up, all very different, so your capacity can raise the transitions can be quick and you can turn it into a good fitness type workout and not just strength. So I'll leave that up to you. There's quite a lot of information to take on board before this workout, but just be safe and try and get the best out of it for your muscles. And that's it for day 3. Day 4, back to our favorite combination of cardio versus mobility. So go through your mobility screening tests, see what you need to work on, and do 40 to 60 minutes of 2 minutes steady state cardio, 2 minutes mobility. So that 2 minutes mobility should be all on one side. So if you say holding a lunge position with a band, then 2 minutes cardio, 2 minutes left leg. 2 minutes cardio, 2 minutes right leg. The steady state cardio should be around about 60 to 70% of your max heart rate. So if you have a heart rate monitor, make sure that you keep it down there. For me, it's around about 130 beats a minute. So somewhere you can hold a conversation and you're not going balls to the wall. If you're not going to be riding at the weekend, you can turn this into a workout if you must, but make sure that you're not going to fatigue yourself for next week's training and riding. So you can up the ante on the cardio and you can swap the mobility for any of the core work that we're going to do. So you can turn it into a 40 to 60 minute cardio core workout. That's entirely up to you, but just make sure you don't overdo it so that it compromises your future workouts. And that's that for the week. So as always, if you've got any questions, please send them over via Facebook, Instagram message for quicker responses, longer responses with more detail, then emails always better. And I'll see you next week. Peace.
1, 2, 3, listen.